what's going on? What are you seeing?
At this point, I've looked through. We really need to go into Reno, to get. It's the closest airport to the land. But there's nothing today, tomorrow. I take that back. We could get out there tomorrow, but we can't get back until next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday. No,
right.
no. I got to go back to work.
Right, which doesn't cut it. I tried Sacramento, and again.
Flying into Sacramento?
Yeah, we could fly in today to Sacramento.
How far is that?
It's about 5 hours.
I can't ride with you in 5 hours in a car. No, there's no way.
Hey, ding dongs and Pepsi.
Yeah, well, I'm diabetic.
So I tried Salt Lake City. Same scenario. We could either get in to one city but not back out. Other cities could get us out but not in. I tried Boise.
Okay,
no one flies in and out of Boise, and I can't even get tickets out of there.
All right, you've been doing all this online and everything. Did you try calling the airport?
I've talked to them at one point when I was just looking for Reno, and they said that it's really unusual that there aren't seats available. I could get one seat, but again, that doesn't do us any good, because I begged, pleaded, and whatever, and they won't let us sit on each other's laps. So that doesn't do it. Even though you're bald like a baby, they're not going to go if I put a diaper on you.
Just put me in one of your bags, and bags fly free. I'll ride baggage coach.
Oh yeah, find a good deal on one.
Schedule your events based on these tickets.
Sometimes if somebody has one that says, "Oh, I got one that must leave tomorrow," I'll give it to you for $50. Well, I'll grab the ticket and I'll
go anywhere for 50.
Well, yeah, for anywhere I'll go.
Yeah.
For $50,
Yeah, fly to California for lunch.
Right.
And turn around and fly back. Yeah.
Right. So
that'd be fun to do.
Yeah, I know, and but yeah, it's been working out, but this time I just can't get us, and and I apologize that you took off 2 days of work to plan this trip.
Yeah, I even had to lie to tell them I was going to go down and visit my mom in El Paso.
Your sick mom, right?
My sick mom, my old mom, But well, the thing is that you're always looking at Southwest. Is this your choice of airline that you're
they
getting
actually
the best?
are.
You're getting the best.
Yeah,
returns
I've never had a problem, with them. Their flights are always on time. Sometimes they don't leave out of the gate on time, but just not this time. So I think we're going to have to call this weekend a bust, and try to plan for another couple weeks.
Well, I don't have a problem with all this, but now I got to see how you do this.
Right.
I can understand your frustration of
it's always falling.
Right. You said it's always fallen into your lap to say.
Well, but I knew we've been planning this trip roughly now for about 3 weeks. So when that came up, I went online right away and I got my tickets. So I have those available.
All of this is just because of me.
Pretty much.
Oh,
hey, I'm all set to go.
Hell, I'll wave you to the airport. It's like who's going to run the camera?
But being unemployed, I'm limited on my funds.
Oh well, that's just
so I have to grab the deals when I can, and I didn't think there would be an issue getting you the tickets because they're all you see them on I showed you all the ones on Craigslist from all across the country. I've looked at probably 30 different cities, that Southwest flies out of. I went to each of those cities on Craigslist to see if anyone's got anything available. And yeah, there are a bunch of them there. But again, you email the people and you don't get back, or they get back to you and they say, sorry, it's sold.
Right,
But for the most part, I've yet to have a problem with buying any of the tickets. Everyone's always been real up and legit on it. But you do see once in a while someone alerting people to scammers. Don't deal with this guy. We'll take your money and don't send you the ticket, or argue that you didn't pay him or whatever the case may be, type of deal. So, but that's like in anything.
Well, the other day on WGN Radio, the disc jockey got a an email from a guy, Skip somebody, I can't remember his last name. He's in London. Of course, London's got that bad
Fog.
weather and everything else. He got robbed. His family's there. He's lost everything. He has his passports. He needs to get back and everything else. Can you send some money? So he emails him back. And again, it's like, well, a little more information, detailed and everything else. And all of a sudden, a couple of listeners called in and said, that's a scam.
Right.
But the second caller says, I know Skip.
Yeah.
He lives here in Downers Grove or whatever, and he's an avid listener of WGN, but he has no family. So I mean, I understand.
It really is a scam.
It really is a scam. I mean, but again, you've got people backing you up to prove to you. But it's like, and like you said, the PayPal is your only security.
Right. And again, you keep your fingers
exhausted.
crossed.
Everything.
At this point, it's getting late. I mean, here it is. Thursday already, and today's pretty much a bust. There's no way we're going to get anything and get on a flight today. So now we're looking at tomorrow and doing it, but looking at the return flights. If we leave tomorrow, there's nothing we could get on Sunday.
Right.
To come back. There's a Saturday flight back that we would be able to do, but then again we would have to leave today, and we're not going to be able to get any tickets today at this stage, because we're pushing mid-morning, 9.
So 10. The problem is that the second road trip that we were planning has come to a halt.
A screeching one at this point, it gets frustrating that all the things that we're trying to do sound simple, at least in my mind. At least in my mind, everything's nice and smooth, going down the road and stuff. But when it comes to putting it into practice, there's always bumps.
Yeah.
I mean, not that it can't be done. It just it doesn't go always as smoothly as possible. And this is a perfect example. All these phone calls and trips and stuff like that. Or running around. Hasn't been as smooth as silk as some of our things look like, but
well, this gives you a chance to see there are problems that you have to think about a little bit further down the line of certain things of getting things taken care of.
But one of the big things we got to do is we got to get out there.
Oh yeah,
and that
because get out there and plant the flag.
Well, yeah, we got to plant our flag, but we got to see about establishing residency out there, so we could then go before the board.
Right.
And because that we can't go before the board unless we show that we're a resident of the county. And in order to become a resident of the county, we got to get out there and either rent a room, for a couple of months, while this whole thing's going on, or get a trailer set out on the land. And in order to get a trailer set out on the land, we got to find out what's involved with getting a well and septic system put on.
Right, and that's one of your other phone conversations.
Right, I talked to them out there, and they said, yeah, you could put anything you want out there, but you got to have well and septic. And I said, okay, well, in order to do that, then I now have to go out there. I have to, meet up with some well and septic people, on what's involved with that.
Well, I can dig a hole.
I can dig a hole as well as anyone. I just can't dig it down 100 feet.
Oh, okay. That's where the water line is.
Well, whatever. I don't
know either. But
the water line is.
All right. All right. So you're gonna go back home.
I'm going to go ahead and fly. But
the thing is that we are getting the support from our friends and family in doing this.
Yeah, and that is real good. That yes, our friends and family are supporting us in this venture, and everything's going real good. And what I also wanted to, since we are talking about all that, some of the other things that we've been doing to get this going is the Pepsi grant.